Hello everybody, October 11th, 2022. Not much has happened, so we're just going to take a quick look today. On Friday, I just went over the fact that, I had been expecting more chop, and, that certainly has played out. So, we're really looking at lots of different possibilities. It could have pushed a little higher, it can push down, it can do a diagonal down, it can do an impulse down. We really don't know, but the expectation is that we should be seeing something sub 18K at some point. And so I'm going to try to kind of track what's happening here in the micro after I go over kind of the slightly larger picture here real quick. From this high here, I'm looking at this to be a WXY correction downwards, which means this should be an ABC going downwards into that area there. I think, originally we were looking at this as the B wave top. That went slightly higher, so that reset it. So when I was saying that we could go higher and reset it, honestly, it could still happen. I mean, all of this is chop, so this can be part of a larger ABC, and then we're going to get a correction down as an ABC, and then we're going to go even higher as an ABC. I mean, this chop can go on almost indefinitely. It can certainly do that if it wants to be really painful. But for now, let's assume that we do have a top in the B wave, hopefully, and see what we need to see coming downwards now for the bears. So originally, we were looking at potentially this to be maybe a 1 and a 2, and if we saw acceleration downwards to this point, I would have believed that it was a 3. We're pretty much there now, but we really didn't see the acceleration or the clear path that I would like to call that a 3. So I'm not exactly sure where we are in this once again. This is very choppy, but let's just draw a 1 and a 2 fib extension and see where we are. So we're right around the 1764 right now. It's possible that there's our 3 right there. Here's our 4 right there, and we're going to get a 5 just slightly lower down, around 18.8. Like I said, it's possible. It really doesn't look that way, though. I think potentially maybe all of this, I suppose if we get that, all of this could then be a first wave. That would still be okay. It's kind of a diagonal more than anything, but it still could be a first wave, second wave bounce, then 3, 4, 5. So maybe that's what we're going to get. I'm going to leave that on there as the as a possibility. The other thing that's possible is that within this, this could be A, B, C. As I said, another three-wave move downwards, and if that's the case, we would be looking at potentially finding support for that literally anywhere in this region here. So we really don't have a clear answer as to which one's going to happen. We need to basically see it break this region. Let me put this in a different color. Let's see. We'll just do that as kind of the alternate. So here's the thing. We're in the bearish scenario where this is a first wave down here-ish. That could actually just be a C wave and not be, an immediate bearish thing. But basically what we're going to want to see then is a 3-wave bounce and then breaking that low. If we see that, we should be on our way down to finally finish this correction. If we don't see that, and instead we see another big ABC up, then this is all part of a larger correction before we go down. So it's really a matter of what the reaction off of this kind of 18.8 area turns into. And like I said, it could go down even as low as 18.1. This could still technically be an ABC, and then we could still get a higher high, local higher high before we go lower. But I'm really not going to trust any bounce that we get until we break this low. And honestly, I don't really trust anything until we break this low that we made back here around 17.7. So, essentially what we need to do is break that low, break 17.7 in order to eliminate all this action. We can then ignore all of this and give the bulls a new chance. Now obviously nothing is guaranteed. We still need the bulls then to give us at some point a 5-wave impulse up to really prove the bottom is in again, which obviously is going to take a lot of work on their part, and they need to do that before it breaks 15.7. So it is certainly kind of threading a needle right now. So if I was going to guess, this is not something that I'm going to play. Right now I'm just sitting in shorts. I shorted in this area. I sold all of my spot buys that I had made in profit. Made a slight profit on those up here in this 20.2, 20.3K area. And now I'm sitting in cash and shorts waiting for the rest of this to play out. So I'm not playing this short term. But my guess, if I was going to guess what was going to happen, I think we're going to see a short-term relief bounce at a minimum. We should probably hit this area somewhere in here, get a short-term relief bounce, and then accelerate downwards. That's my guess as to what's going to happen. It would be my preference to see that. But, as I said, it is always possible that we get that larger move up before moving down lower, and that obviously would be quite annoying. But it is within the realm of possibility. So not really a great idea to play this short term, in my opinion, unless you're doing really low time frame scalps and you're good at that. I would suggest just staying out of this market completely if you're not already, kind of sitting in shorts from a little bit higher up here. Other than that, we're just waiting for some clarity here to resume. And I think, in a macro sense, this area here, sub 17.7, anywhere below there is, in my opinion, a good place to accumulate as long as you're ready to bail if it goes below 15.7. And that bail below 15.7, that could mean a hard stop. You sell right there. Or it could mean you're willing to hold on while it tanks down to 12 or 13 and then get out on a bounce, potentially at break even instead. Obviously that is a little bit more ballsy doing that. I certainly wouldn't suggest doing that on leverage. But you have to make your own plan and one that you're happy with. But I do think if we break 15.7, we're headed down to the 12 or 13K area before the next major bounce may take place. And that bounce is not going to be the start of a new bull market. Most likely it will very likely just be a bounce up to kind of retest this area before we head down further in a more prolonged bear market. So 15.7 is really key to stay above that. So we'll see, we'll touch base on Friday and see if anything has been resolved. Until that point, stay safe trying to trade this if you are. Stay out of the market if you're not trying to trade this until we get some more clarity. All right, I think that's pretty much it. I'll touch base with you guys on Friday. Obviously, hop into the Trade Like a Whale Discord if you have any questions on this or anything else. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. All right, good night.